in the DMV, whether it's in Prince George's County, Maryland, or Northern Virginia, can feel overwhelming in 2025. Prices are high, and who knows what the interest rates are going to do. And if you're not prepared, you can miss out on your dream home fast. But the good news is you don't have to do it alone. Hi, I'm Tamara Peacock. I'm a licensed realtor in both Maryland and Virginia, and I specialize in helping first-time home buyers and move-up buyers navigate this exact market, and I'm a lifelong Marylander. So in this video, I'm walking you through the step-by-step process to buy a home in Prince George's County, Charles County, or Northern Virginia, and I'm also adding in some tips that are tailored to both states. So let's get into it. Step 1 is getting pre-approved. So before you look at homes, you're going to need a pre-approval, and that usually comes from your lender. So in Maryland and Virginia, sellers want to make sure that you are serious about buying a home, and that means that you have to have a pre-approval letter in your hand. So let's go into what lenders look at when they're crafting your pre-approval letter. They're going to look at your credit score, your income, your debt to income ratio, your employment history, and the funds you have available for your down payment. So if you're in Maryland, you may qualify for payment programs like the Maryland Mortgage Program, or you may also qualify for local grants that are available in Prince George's County. So if you're in Northern Virginia, in counties like Fairfax, Prince William, and Alexandria, they have their own buyer assistance programs. So here's a pro tip. Don't assume you need 20% down. Many buyers get in their dream home with 3%, 5%, or 0% down, especially if they're using FHA, VA, or USDA loans. And if you're not sure which loan is best, I work with lenders in both states, and we together can guide you through it. Step 2. The next step is finding the right realtor. So you need more than someone who's going to unlock doors for you. You need a strategist. And I serve clients on both the Woodrow Wilson Bridge on the Maryland side and the VA side. And let me tell you, buying a home in Virginia is not the same as buying a home in Maryland. Each area has its own rules, disclosures, contracts, and quirks, don't we all? Prince George's County has a right of refusal policy in some communities. And then in Northern Virginia, you have mandatory radon disclosures and different closing costs. I walk my clients through all of it. And I also make sure that you're protected no matter where or what you're buying. Now, we're going to talk about step 3, which I think is everybody's favorite step, which is touring the homes. So touring homes is fun, but it's also a fact-finding mission. In Maryland, we may be looking at colonials in Clinton. We may be looking at townhomes in Bowie, or we might go and take a look at some of the condos in Hyattsville. And then in Virginia, you may be exploring homes in Woodbridge, Springfield, or the historically known Alexandria. So here's what I help you to evaluate. I help you to evaluate how you find yourself in the neighborhood. I help you to evaluate commute time, school zones, HOA rules and fees, and your resale potential. And if you're doing virtual showings or you need to move from another state, I also offer personalized walkthrough videos and FaceTime tours. So no matter where you're located, as long as you have your pre-approval, we can tour a property together. Step 4 is about making the offer. So this is where my negotiation skills come into play. Whether you're buying a house in Maryland or Virginia, we're definitely going to be up against some competition. So our offer has to be a standout offer, one that's going to catch the eye of the seller. So here's how I help you win. We may need to use escalation clauses to beat our competing offers. We're going to write clean, strong terms without overpaying. If we need to, we can add a personalized letter when appropriate. And we're also going to negotiate seller credits for closing costs and repairs. Now, there are some differences. So in Virginia, you may use a regional contract that includes as-is clauses more often. But in Maryland, the inspection and repairs can be negotiated differently. And I'll break down what's normal in the area that you're considering to make sure that we're protecting your interests. Step 5 is our closing timeline and the actual closing process. So once you're under contract, and that is once you have had your offer accepted by the seller, that's when our countdown really begins. So here's what happens next, and this is in both Maryland and Virginia. So the first thing we're going to do is get a home inspection. That's when we'll uncover any major issues with the home you're interested in. Then we're going to have an appraisal done by your lender, and that's when they're going to confirm your home's value. Next, loan underwriting. That's when you submit all of your final documents to your underwriter. Then the title work and HOA docs are received, and we review those before closing. Then finally, right before closing, we do our walkthrough 24 hours before settlement. And then we go to closing day, you get your keys, we celebrate, you are now a homeowner. Now here's a tip. You need to expect 3 to 5% of your home's purchase price for your closing costs. Virginia title and recordation fees vary depending on the county. And in Maryland, PG County does have some of the higher recordation and transfer costs in the state, but I often negotiate those with the seller and ask them for help to offset that. Now, here's a bonus. Are you military? Are you a federal employee, a first-time home buyer? Then you may qualify for VA loan, which has 0% down for eligible service members. As a teacher or a police officer, there are grants available to help you buy a home. And in Maryland, they have a program called Smart Buy, which helps to forgive student loan debt. There are also tax credits and down payment grants, and the options vary by state, but I will help you sort through them one-on-one so we can find the best option that fits you and your family's needs. So, I've said a lot, but I want to say buying your first home does not have to feel confusing, stressful, overwhelming, especially when you have a clear plan and a partner in your corner. So whether you're looking at PG County, Charles County, or Northern Virginia, I'd love to help you take the next step. You can also go to my link tree. The link is in the description to download my free home buyer, home seller checklist. And this checklist is just the overall checklist to see what the process looks like on paper. And I hope that helps. And that way you can print it out, hang it up on your wall. And then if you have any questions, of course, you can always consult me. So don't forget to like this video, drop any questions you have in the comments, and hit that subscribe button. I post new real estate content every week to help you buy smart and stress-free in the DMV.